everyone, it's me. So today I'm here with chapter 1 of class 12 history, that is bricks, beads and bones, the Harappan Civilization. So this is the part 2 of the video. If you have not watched part 1, I would recommend you go ahead and watch the video. I will be giving it in the description below. So let's continue our chapter from where we have left. Okay. So how artifacts are identified again? So here a box is given. You can have a read of this box. Okay, what is written. So it's basically written about saddle curns actually, which were basically used to make paste. Okay, which was it was basically used to you know uh, to make paste. Okay, like when the historians or the archaeologists, when they were basically when they found it out about it, so they have some cooks there, and the cooks were saying that let's use it for the kitchen. Okay, so maybe probably this is the image here. So probably maybe this was used for you know for in your kitchens. Okay, like at that time maybe it was used in kitchens. Okay, as we do it today also. Now here is our third topic, which is Mohenjo Daro, a planned urban center. Okay, so first of all, you should know that Mohenjo Daro is basically divided into two parts. Okay, first one is called Citadel, and the second one is called the lower town. Okay, so here you can see the images are there. You can have a look to them. Okay, the lower towns were basically they were having homes. Okay, uh, they were also built in a platform. Okay, but the difference between the citadel and the lower town is basically the citadel are higher. Okay, than than the lower town. Okay, and then they both are actually built on platforms. In citadel you mostly find the public buildings. Okay, a great bath is also there. Okay, then it was also walled. Okay, and low down is also walled. Okay, and then in in lower town. Okay, they were basically the homes of the people were basically found. Okay, their homes. Okay, now coming to our next topic, which is tracking the social differences. Okay, I think I missed out one topic. Okay, so about the drains basically I'm going to talk about. So Harappa was it was Mohenjo Daro basically I'm talking about. It was a planned city. Okay, and drains were laid out first. Okay, probably, maybe, as per the historians, they have they have said that maybe the drains were laid out and then the houses were built. Okay, and then the bricks. Okay, which were used to make any buildings or houses, were found out to be just of standardized ratio. Okay, they were basically sun dried bricks. Okay, now moving to the next part. Okay, which is the tracking social differences. So how we can basically track the social differences in the Harappan civilization. Our first part is the burials. Okay, so burials are basically how dead bodies, okay, they were laid down after the death. Okay, of a person. Okay, during the Harappan civilization, so they were basically laid in pits. Okay, they were hollowed out space, and they were basically lined with bricks. Okay, and some had potteries. Okay, ornaments. This actually showed that maybe they believed in afterlife. Okay, and some jewels were also found, and in 1980s, okay, ornaments and like shell rings, jasper, copper mirrors. Okay, here's the image of a copper mirror is also given. So these kind of things were found. Okay, now looking for the luxuries, there are basically two kinds of things which historians are basically find archaeologists basically are identifying. Like there are two different kind, they have divided it into two categories. First is luxuries, and then the second one is utilitarian. So the luxuries are basically the rare materials, okay, which are not for daily use, and the utilitarian are basically daily use things, okay, like clay, needles, flash rubbers, etc. Okay, now the example of luxuries can be jewelry, ornaments. Okay, the rare things that were made of rare and expensive material. Okay, okay, now moving to our next part, which is finding out about the craft production. Okay, so here we have given the example of ch- uh, it's basically pronounced as Chahu Daro. Okay, Chanhu Daro. Okay, Chanhu Daro is basically a very small area in the Harappan civilization, which is maybe less than 7 hectares. Okay, yeah, it is given here compared to Mohenjo Daro. Okay, and this is basically known for its craft production, basically bead making. Okay, then bead making, then shell cutting, metal working, okay, seal making and weight making, okay. So materials that are basically found were carnelian, jasper, crystal, statite, copper, bronze, gold, shell, terracotta, etc. Okay. Now we are moving to our next part, which is identifying the centers of production, okay. So how the historians or the archaeologists, they basically whenever they found whenever they have to found a center of production, okay, in a civilization, so what they basically used to find the raw materials, okay, and the things which were like damaged. Even if you see today, like if anything damaged was like mistakenly made or kind of waste material from the factories, they are basically discarded from that place, okay. So this kind of things were basically found. They're basically unfinished materials, okay, like waste materials, etc, etc, okay. Now the strategies of procuring materials, okay. So how Harappans, they basically used to procure the materials for the production, okay. If you look here and like how within the India, okay, how in a subcontinent itself they used to find the things. So basically Indus roots were there, okay, and then uh, they have seen that Nageshwar, okay, and Balakot, okay, they were basically from there they used to collect the shell, okay. Then lapis lazuli from Shotugai, which was like in Afghanistan. Then Lothal, they used to from Lothal they basically used to collect the carnelian, statite from Rajasthan, okay. Then metal also from Rajasthan, gold from South India, okay. Not only from India, actually they were also having contacts with distant land, okay. So we know about some chemical analysis were done, some copper objects, and the traces of nickel has been found, which is also very similar to the copper which was also found in Oman, okay. Then some connection in Mesopotamia has been also found, okay. Then moving to our next part, okay, and just have a read to this chapter, because today I want to explain this chapter just as a revision for you, okay. So take it as a revision, okay. Now contact with distant land we have done. Now we are basically doing seal, script and weight, okay. So seals and sealings, okay, they were basically used to facilitate long distance, okay, communication, okay. So they are basically intact to the products or anything whatever they used to transport, okay. Then and now about the scripts, basically, so they used to have a writing of like a seals, okay. They used to write there. The writing will basically consist of the name and the title of the owner, okay. And the longest one which had been found was around with 26 letters, okay. And because this is also a thing, like the things which were basically written, it was written from right to left, okay. Like usually what we do, we write from left to right, okay. It can be similar to like Arabic, okay. If you know about Arabic has we write Arabic from right to left, so it is very much similar to that. And also, now moving to the weights, so weights are basically made of a stone that is called chert, okay, which is basically of cubical shape, okay. Now moving to our next part, which is ancient authority, okay. Now about the places and kings, okay, we are doing. So large buildings were found that was like maybe probably it can be a palace. Then stone statues were found in a like standardized posture, okay, like in a sitting posture. That is termed as priest king, okay. The picture is there, like this is the picture of the priest king, okay. It's basically a stone statue, okay. Now moving to we are almost ending this chapter today, okay. The ending of the civilization, okay. So there are various things are not sure actually what happened, okay, the real reason. But still we know maybe it was sites may be abandoned because of deforestation, flood, okay, climate change, maybe rivers were drying out, okay. This kind of things can be there, okay. Now there is also a box which gives the evidence of invasion, okay. So you can have a read to this box, okay. Now discovering the Harappan civilization, okay, I think the last topic of this chapter we are doing. So what happened is, now first we are going to basically learn about Cunningham's Confusion, okay. So Cunningham is basically the first Director General of ASI, and he basically began excavations, okay, and he was the one who found out about Harappan seal, okay, which we found out. And he was basically uh, trying to take the accounts from the Chinese Buddhist pilgrims which used to live came to our subcontinent, okay. But we know that this civilization is way more older than this kind of things, okay. So maybe he did not find the things, okay, he could not match the dots, okay. Yeah, so that is why this is known as Cunningham's confusion, okay. Now, a new old civilization. So here what happened is there was two-person Indian person we are going to learn about. First is Dayaram Sahini, and second one is archaeologist Rakhaldas Banerjee. Okay, so they basically study the Harappan objects which were found, basically the seals they have studied, and they have found out that they were of maybe the same civilization. Okay, they maybe belong to a civilization. Then what happened? John Marshall, okay, who was the John Marshall was the Director General of ASI. Then he, in 1925, basically, he said that he had found a new Indian civilization, okay, which is known as Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, and he did a very well research about it. Okay, then there was another name of another person was mentioned, S.N. Roy. Okay, basically his book was he had written the story of Indian archaeology. Okay. Now here we are basically in this image, if you see, it's called stratigraphy. Okay, so what is stratigraphy? Basically, it's basically a study, okay, which is done within the layers of the soil. Okay, like for example, the layer maybe which you are staying now, okay, the layer of soil, okay, is a new layer, okay. But if you try to excavate below, you may find the older layers, okay. And if you excavate, like, you will find the levels of land, okay, basically the levels of soil, and you may be able to figure out that there were some things, okay. You may find out some old things, okay, which were not used by you but used by the people of the place where you are currently staying now, okay. Now, new techniques and questions, okay. So here we are basically going to talk about R.E.M. Wheeler, okay. So he was a military person, okay, and he did a very well research about Harappan civilization, okay. And then he also used modern and scientific techniques, okay, and to explore about this civilization, okay. Now, also there are many things about this civilization we still don't know, okay. It's still a mystery, okay. But I hope we maybe someday will find out more about the civilization with more advanced technology we're having, okay, and we will have, okay. So thank you, and this was for today.